Welcome to the APP Group's Connector series. In each short episode, we aim to bring together people, stories, ideas, and solutions, showcasing how the APP Group connects with our clients, partners, and the communities in which we operate. As one of Australia's most respected property and infrastructure consultancies, we aspire to be a trusted partner that unites stakeholders through best practice initiatives, services, and advice that results in value creation outcomes. It's great to have Lee with me on the couch today. Lee, welcome. You are the Chief People Officer here at the APP Group, and welcome to the Connector series. Over the past few years, we've seen businesses and employees impacted and challenged by the pandemic. What are the positives that we can take away from this experience, and how is it shaping culture into the future?
Thanks, Ben. Great to be here. I think during the pandemic and coming out of the pandemic, we've learnt really what we care about, what we love about coming to work, and perhaps some things that we don't. So coming out of the pandemic, how is it shaping culture? I think it's probably a conversation in two parts. One, some big things around purpose and values and what we believe, and also just some everyday things. What are the rituals we do? What are the habits and the routines that we follow? So I think organisations and leaders are really grappling with that at the moment. But certainly I think there's some benefit to reflection during what was a difficult period going into positive outcomes, hopefully.
So Lee, let's now discuss, some of the buzzwords that have come out over the past few years. And we hear a lot about flexibility and hybrid working. If we can just break this down a little bit, what are employees and businesses really looking for in your view?
Yeah, in my view, flexibility and the routines around hybrid working or coming into the office or not are separate. So for me, flexibility is a value. It's something where organisations and leaders have set policies or statements in place where they say, well, we care for our people. We want our people to be thriving. We want our people to have work-life balance. And that's a value system. Whereas I think that converts into real life around routines. And coming out of the pandemic, I think a lot of businesses and leaders are looking at their routines and figuring out what's right. And what's right in people's roles, what's right in teams, what's right for businesses, and what's right for the clients in which those businesses work with. So I think I separate those two, flexibility and routines being two different things.
And I guess if we just go a bit deeper on the people routines, what does that look like in the office context? So I guess, why are people coming to the office and what are they looking to do there in terms of activity?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a human need. We connect outside work, barbecues and restaurants and pubs and sporting events. So why not at work? Why do we have a different expectation around our working lives? So coming together in the office for social connection, for learning, bouncing ideas around, these things remain highly relevant. And in fact, it's what people want. So creating an environment, creating a routine, which allows that and encourages that, I think is really important. It's going to be different. I think it's different in what job or what team you're in. So a one-size-fits-all approach doesn't really work in my view. But I think people definitely understand the importance of connection, and workplaces are wonderful places to create that connection space.
And Lee, if we talk about, the next generation of workers coming through, I think about the grads, and some of them over the past couple of years have started from home, got their laptop sent, met their team online. How important is it to, give a really positive experience to the grads in their first few years of their career?
Oh, it's critical. And I think it's, the obvious one is around learning opportunities, access to people from bump conversations, as they call it, in corridors, and mentoring and just observing how others operate and how they perform their duties. But I think it's like being a new person to an organisation. You want to get to know the people you're working with, develop relationships, develop good constructive methods for collaborating. It can be done on Teams and virtual connection, but certainly there's a place for in-person connection in the workplace for sure. And for our younger generation of workers, we want to make sure that they have that opportunity that a lot of us had in our own careers.
Absolutely. Some of my best memories are when I first started working many years ago. So thanks for those insights, Lee. If we let's turn our attention now to ESG, referring here to environmental, social and governance. It now forms part of most business plans and strategies for organisations. If we look at the social part of ESG, what are job seekers and employees really looking for in an organisation?
Yeah, I think the reason it's in those business plans and strategies is because it demonstrates an organisation's commitment to doing something good. And that's a positive. And I think a lot of job seekers are looking for that before they take on trust that an organisation is going to be the right place for them. So I think that's the reason that exists. But in terms of converting some of those activities into real life actions, I think that's the real key to it. It's not about creating a list, ticking a box, having a diversity and inclusion policy. It's about, do you live up to the promise you make to your job seekers and your employees about what impact your organisation can have? And do you live it every day? So the S in ESG, really important. The social aspect is, people entering the workforce are looking for organisations that make greater impact and positive impact on the world. And I think that's a great thing.
I think it's a good thing, and it's authentic delivery that really matters. So Lee, thank you very much for sharing your passion, your insights and observations in this episode of the Connector series. Look out for the next episode appearing soon. For now, take care and goodbye.